Hello and welcome back to another episode of Save the Farm. Today we're going to be running this little case tractor. It's a case 1570 and we are going to fertilize this whole field. We'll get the potatoes and the whole grass field done. Over in that field beside us we still have the um, is that working? Or did we do this already? Let me double check. We still have the international back there. It's super teeny tiny on your screen, I'm sure, but it's still back there. So what I want to see is this. Is it gonna count it? It does not. Did I do this already? Oh, maybe I did it already and just forgot. Sorry about that. Well, maybe I'll just double check because this doesn't look darker over here. So maybe I just did that part. Yeah, see, this part's not done yet. So let's go ahead and I bet that's not done either. I think I can kind of see a line across there. So let's go ahead and do the hayfield. Sorry about the confusion there. I thought I knew that I needed to do this and was planning on doing it, but it's pretty neat little. This is just a base game coon spreader. I think what I was talking about last time was I like how with the European maps, if you're running this, you can put it on the front if you have one of those 3-point hitches on the front, and that allows you to put the coverage out in front of you, which I actually kind of like a little bit better. This, I feel like I have to guess where it's going to end up a little bit more, but it's not terrible. It's not bad at all. I don't always even fertilize grass fields, but in particular this time I'm concerned because I had issues with the grassy yield on this map. Um, I don't blame the map maker. Please, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade there. I'm sure it was my fault. I'm sure I did something wrong, but I think what we're going to do here once we get this field wrapped up is I'm going to go work on seeding in some of the soybeans, at least get that field done, and then maybe come through with the fertilizer on that field as well, and then put the planter to work in that little field 84 down there. I don't know. Should I do all of these soybeans? All three of those soybeans? I mean, financially, that's probably what makes the most sense. And we have a big enough setup. If the potatoes and the grass are for feed, then we might as well use the other three arable fields for cash crop. Makes sense to me. Hope everybody's having a good day, good night whenever you're watching this. Hopefully you find it relaxing and fun to engage with the content that I'm creating. Lately I've been a little bit frustrated because it's not always easy to tell why people are clicking on videos and why they're not, and what I can do to improve. I made a few what they call magnet videos that are based on some search terms, and I'm hoping will bring some new folks to the channel. If you're one of those new folks to the channel, and you've come, let's say, in the last month or two, please do leave a comment. Just leave me a comment letting me know kind of who you are and how you got here. That would be immensely helpful. I hope you guys can even hear this tractor. my audio levels are showing me that you might not be hearing it too well. Believe it or not, we are moving along pretty fast. When you're way back here and it's a decent sized field, it's hard to tell. I guess I could just do this. Now you should be able to hear it. Hopefully we'll get a real nice yield out of this field. We'll do hay the first time around because we have a good bit of silage, and then we'll do silage bales the next time. I need to fix up the ends of these fields. My word, looks terrible. Looks amateurish. I like this farm. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I like this little farm. It's got character, you know. So often I find farms they just seem so cookie cutter, you know, especially if you run the map exactly the way it was set up. Like, you look over here, only one building that you can see was here when I started. I added everything else. And I think the farm grew what I would call pretty organically. I mean, I built the initial buildings pretty quickly, but the things that I've added haven't been gratuitous. They've been because I felt like they were needed. So we're going to take over this operation. I don't know why it doesn't give you the full width when the Actually, I think I might run the case on this, the big case, since it's done with its subsoiling. I like this little tractor. I mean, it's not that little. I like this 1466, but the bouncing around is going to give me a headache if I drive it too long. Maybe this is why the helper doesn't drift over, because then you miss a line like I just did. Which is better, overlapping or missing? Obviously overlapping. If you care about your field looking good and having a decent enough yield. Okay. I want to get the big... I don't think it's going to go any faster, but it'll go smoother at least. I'm driving through the wet grass, got the tires cleaned off at least. I'll put that there. So we've got a little bit of space here that may end up being another building, because we're going to need a place to store our root crop. And I'm thinking that this wooden building here might be where the potatoes go. Did that pig just levitate? You're supposed to go under that thing, not on top of it. Silly piggy. It's funny, I always look at these fields and I'm like, alright, you know, that'll be done in X number of minutes, and then reality sets in and you're like, oh, that's like hours. That's not minutes, that's hours worth of work. Okay. Try that again. I said V to go down and B to turn on. I said B to turn on. Okay, apparently was on already. I don't know. Here we go. Look at that. So the working speed, if you didn't know this already, the working speed is not based on the tractor. The working speed is based on the... I've taken this picture like 100 times. But the working speed is based on the implement. So if we're running this seeder or planter and it only will go 6 miles an hour, then it doesn't matter. You could get the biggest, fanciest, newest tractor in the world, 400 horsepower. It's not going to go any faster. Just a little FYI there. But it's smoother, which was my whole point. That other tractor was bouncing around like crazy. If I need this one to be subsoiling, I can put that 1466 on here. But if I don't need it, I'll probably use this one. Which is something I was trying to avoid with this farm, right? I don't want a farm that uses the same tractor for all of its jobs. But sometimes these things happen. Maybe I should price another planter so that, because it's already 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I could either stop the time. I don't think I have another planter. No. I could either slow down the time to get this done, or I could maybe get another planter so we can have 2 crops getting put in. You can tell that we haven't herbicided this field yet, as the weeds come in as the dominant crop here. I also like that shot for some reason. Something kind of cool about watching a big machine at work. I don't understand people that don't like this game. Oh man, I just love it. I just love playing this game. I can play it for hours and hours and hours. The feedback loop with plant more crops, make more money, buy more equipment, plant more crops, get more money, buy more equipment. It just is my kind of game. Definitely my kind of game. Hope you guys enjoy the speed, the pace of my episode, my playthrough style. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, so sorry for bringing it up again, but I feel like there are a lot of ways to play this game, and there are a lot of people that will do things their own way. One thing I don't quite understand is, I enjoy, one of my favorite YouTubers to watch is Sim Farmer, and he does a style that is time lapse, and I understand why people like that because more gets accomplished in the time that you watch. So some of his episodes are 20, 25 minutes, and in that time, he's going to get done easily 3 times as much as I get done in one of my episodes because I think he does 300x on his edit, so it's 3 times faster, like literally. But also, he edits his down a bit more. So, if he has a long drive between 2 places, he'll just cut that out. And the combination means that you get quite a bit of content in one episode. And he does very well. He does very well for himself with that format. And I've noticed there are a lot of other farm sim YouTubers doing something very similar. And it makes me think, well, maybe I should hop on that. But my style, I think, like this job, right? We've been running on this job for, I think, 6 minutes now from when we hopped on it. I could speed this up and put some music over it, but I tend to think that these are some of the moments where my videos are, maybe not as action-packed, but I think they're more engaging because I'm able to talk about subjects within the video and within the game that interest me, but maybe people don't necessarily want to hear about those topics. I don't know. It just seems funny to me that people from the farm sim content that I've made over the last 2 years, I've noticed that a lot of people like the quicker engagement stuff. Like if that screenshot that I took 5 minutes ago, if I throw that up on Instagram or shared in a Facebook group, people would be like, "Oh, cool! Where'd you get that case? Where'd you get that Kinsey 8-row planner? What map is that? Are you running shaders? What kind of computer do you have?" Right? Those are the kind of questions you get. Rather than and I mean that's fine. I understand why people want to know the map and all that. But what they're really asking is, how can I get that? Because I want to play with that too. Rather than engaging with, instead of saying, "Oh, are you, how's your save going?" They don't care. They don't care about my farm. And coming to that realization, excuse me, okay, you all who are here watching the video, you care about my farm. At least ostensibly you do, or at least you care about me because you somehow found my content. But I want to find a way, that was the whole logic behind Save the Farm, right? This is a storyline. It's a long storyline. Will I be able to make enough money to save the farm? Maybe I need to have a ramification, like a penalty, and an end point. Like maybe I should only allow myself 2 harvests to save the farm. Maybe that would be better. In 2 harvests, can I save the farm? If I do, then for the next save, I get whatever, some kind of reward. And if I don't, then the next save, I get some type of penalty. Or maybe I do a separate video as a penalty. Maybe it's like something painful or something humorous. Maybe that would get people to be invested. If I don't save the farm, I have to get a tattoo of a case logo. You know, so I mean, I'm not going to do that, but I mean, but most people would be like, so I don't care if you have a tattoo or not. Like, what is it that people would say? Well, I need to know. Like, I'm thinking of a YouTuber that I like a lot from a kind of unrelated field. His name is Spencer FC, and he plays FIFA. He used to. He doesn't do anything anymore. He owns his own soccer team now, but I don't mean he doesn't do anything. He manages his team. I'm just saying he doesn't make FIFA content anymore. Anyways, long story short, he started a series called Wheel of Fortune where he would play the card game, the FIFA Ultimate Team game, and he would play real matches, like live against a real human being matches. And he made his story about going up through the divisions within the game. Like you start in Division 10 and end in Division 1. And he created this story. I mean, I didn't know this guy until I found that channel. And I clicked so fast when I saw that he had a new Wheel of Fortune up. I wanted to know how he did in his games. I wanted to know if he made it up. I rooted for him. I learned about soccer players that I didn't know existed before that series. And like, I think an engaging farm sim series like that could be really cool. But I don't know what. Maybe a faster editing style with a little more engaging content at the beginning. Like, if we get this done in this episode, then here's how the next, the next day of farming will be affected. It puts me in a bind where I have to solve problems and give viewers a reason not to skip an episode, to be able to say like, oh, I have to make it back so that I know if he was able to. I don't want to make arbitrary challenges, right? I don't want to be like, can we, give the TMR to the cows in 5 minutes? Like, arbitrary challenges seems disingenuous, but I mean, that's part of why I chose Save the Farm, because finances on small farms are a genuine challenge, and it would be, I think it's just the length of it, right? It's just nobody wants to watch 25 episodes to see if you pull it off. Maybe I'll package it more succinctly. What if we do a Save the Farm trilogy for the next one? Part 1, setup and tour. Part 2, a bunch of the work. I don't know. And then part 3, do we succeed or not? So then people have more of a, if they watch the first episode and learn about the story, then maybe they'll get a little more invested in seeing whether or not it plays out. Well, so much for finishing this field. Not only did I naively think I would finish this field, I thought that I would have time to run herbicide on this field. So that goes to show you what however many 100 hours I have in this game does to your ability to justify time. You still can't. Alright everybody, thanks so much for watching. My name is Bluebelly. I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.